Hello, everybody.
Okay,
Welcome back. Thank you all for the technical difficulties. Junk Shop infected us. That's fuck me. I haven't muted my own stream. There we go.
Professionalism.
There we go. I am so professional. It is unbelievable. Shh. We do have one spot available. I'd like Manda to join if she's up to it and feels up to it. Only if you're up to it, pet. If you don't turn up, we will probably hand it out to someone else for a wee while. We only have Sarah for a wee while. So, Sarah, thank you very much for the show earlier. And this is where we get to ask all the questions that's inappropriate for the mainstream.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. It's the word I was looking for. Intriguing.
You found it?
I found it eventually. Just a minute.
So, we have joined with us tonight. We have Critical Cripple Dave, as everyone knows. We have Junk Shop. We have Julie. And if you don't know any of these channels, Dave will do his thing and put their links in the channel. So, we'll just work our way around. Say hello, Sarah. Wee quick hello from you.
Hello.
Well, there you go. Let us know where you're from. You're in the whole. You're the guest. You're the star of the show.
Okay, hello. I'm UnHoly Sara. I live on YouTube.
Does videos and stuff.
Well, yeah, I do videos and stuff. I do atheist videos, sometimes kind of social issues, and a little bit of politics sometimes.
Next up, we have Dave. Dave, thank you very much for joining us. You're nearly part of the furniture here, but for anyone who doesn't know who you are, why should we watch you?
Well, you probably shouldn't. It's probably highly inappropriate for you to watch me. Go watch Sarah. She's far better.
Yes. More Sarah.
Not a competition.
Okay, next up then, we have Junk Shop. Junk Shop, when is your Monday?
Monday, yes. 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 8 UK, 9 Belgium.
Wow.
Question.
I know.
Will the fantastic new all fucking super duper computer have arrived?
Soon, hopefully.
Did you get it ordered?
We finally got the parts ordered. We had to go to a couple of different retailers to get said parts, but they're all on the way or back ordered and on the way as soon as they're in order.
Really quick.
And it was awesome because it was cheaper when we had to go looking for them. Same parts ended up being cheaper, so that was cool.
Even fucking better. So yes, Julie as well. Julie, you have your Thursdays, aren't you, for Wine and Reason?
I'm Tuesdays for Wine and Reason, and I'm sorry, honey, that I cut you off. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Tuesdays, 2 Central, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, and what Junk Shop said about the UK and the place up north. Okay, Denmark. And
Brian, we have Brian with us tonight.
And I'm good. That's it.
In case you didn't know, sir, from the giant bugs behind Brian, he is our bug specialist.
Cool.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Let me get my mic over here so you can actually hear what I'm saying.
He likes everything creepy crawly. So, if anybody, being Sarah, is our guest of honor and we have her for a limited time, if anybody has a question or anything they'd like to say to Sarah, Julie, you were the first person to reach out to me, so I'll hand the floor to you.
Thank you. I think I have a question, Sarah, that I found. There was something that you said in the when y'all were talking. You said a lot of brilliant things, by the way, but you said that you've had to, and I've taught at a community college that was underfunded, so I think I have some idea of what you were talking about. But you said that you've had to fact check some of your textbooks.
I think I misspoke. I've had to fast check some of my teachers.
Fair. And you know what? I can honestly say, like, having taught college and at a university, it's the worst thing in the world when, like, a year later, I realize I told my students something that was completely wrong. And that's happened. That's happened. But okay, so you've had to fact check your teachers. Good call. How did that go?
I usually don't tell them. Like, I just go with what's gonna get me good grades, but I make sure I know what's
Yeah, I mean,
more accurate.
I wish I could tell you, oh no, tell them. They'll want to know that they're wrong, but not all of them will, and some of them might. Yeah, they might find that might come back to bite you. So, yeah, damn it. Any of my former students, if you want to email me at jklavoice@gmail.com and tell me where I was wrong, go ahead and do it. I'm fine with it. Go ahead. Anyway.
I would hope my teachers would. I've made a couple of videos inspired by teachers. One of them, I made a video about something my philosophy teacher said, and I tried not to get too specific, but if you were in my philosophy class, you would have known what I was talking about. And then we had to do some project, and we used a video, and I ended up just uploading it to my channel and just having it unlisted and showing it to the class. And then it occurred to me, I was like, oh, now that class might have my username, and I might risk getting in trouble from the teacher, and I took down the video.
Oh.
Aww.
So that sucked, but...
Well, when the semester's over, could you put it back up?
That was like 2 semesters ago. I guess I could.
Yeah. Yeah, you can totally put it back up.
All
Trust me, they don't have time to go back and look.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. I doubt that anyone even like took notice. It was just kind of a paranoid thing.
I understand.
Well, that's it. You'll find that we worry more about what we assume people are going to think than what they do think.
Preach.
Yeah.
No, but it is true. Like it is true. And Sarah mentioned to me earlier, I was mistaken. Sarah is they and them, as with Junk Shop as well. Junk Shop is recently coming out, and Junk Shop, I'm sure, you wondered an awful lot before you did it. Something that you're personally going through as we speak, and I bet you were awful a lot nicer than what you thought we were going to be. There's an awful lot of worry there beforehand, and I hope that you feel that as a community we've been accepting.
Oh, I certainly do. And honestly, I'm just going to end with that because Beelzebub is putting together a video about non-binary people's responses online, and I've been asked to deliver a clip for that. So if you want to know anything else about my experience online, make sure you subscribe to Beelzebub and have your notifications.
So if anybody else wants to come in that's going to provide content and not say there's going to be content in someone else's channel. Sorry, sir. Sir looks shocked by that. That's just a general thing here. I kick people and bring them back. It means I love them. It's
fine. I know. And it's hysterical every time.
So are we not allowed to subscribe to Beelzebub then? Is that the message?
No, definitely do.
Subscribe to MathPig first.
Yes, as long as you're subscribed here first, you're allowed to jump over to Bob's channel and subscribe to Bob.
Let me check.
Brian, have you anything that you would like to ask Sir or has been pondering on your mind?
Well, I was listening, obviously, to your all's interview earlier, and some of the things that you said kind of struck some familiarity to me. I'm in the Great Lake area too, and we're called a blue state on the demographic charts and stuff. But the area I live in, and most of the state in general, is red when you get into the rural area. And I'm fortunate enough to live in a pretty red area. I was wondering if your position or your location is kind of the same situation.
The town I live in is a little more progressive than Idaho in general, but not by much. It's not like a big city. I'm not sure if I'd call it a small town, probably, but kind of has that small town mentality and a lot of the same kind of conservatism and stuff.
So when you drive down your street, are there a lot of Trump 2020 signs and stuff like that around?
Yes, but there's also one house that has a sign that says anyone but Trump 2020. So yeah, I love that place. But yeah, there's
leave
a lot of
flowers
Confederate
sometime.
flags. What?
Just leave flowers sometime. Thank you.
But yeah, a lot of Trump stuff, a lot of Confederate flags, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we don't actually get a lot of Confederate flags around here. When I lived in Missouri, it was a little bit worse. Obviously, that was the that border state that had all the conflict. So there's a lot of Southern pride, even though they're not really Southern.
Yeah.
We've got enough down here to make up for any gaps in your Confederate flag needs.
Oh yeah.
We will cover the remainder down here.
Man, it's the 12th fortnight over here. It's the 12th of July for 2 weeks. They celebrate it for 2 weeks over here. That is the biggest parade season for the Protestants over here. And you have a flag on every single pole. And as you drive up the street, every single pole, within a half mile, in Portadown especially, there's maybe 14, 15 flags within a half mile. All different types.
I'm sorry, MathPig, I thought you had said a home when you said pole, and I had a question about that, but now I understand. Never mind. Good.
No, the 12th fortnight over here is a massive Protestant holiday celebrating King William of Orange beating the Catholics, the Protestant beating the Catholics at the Battle of the Boyne.
What did you put on your house?
Pardon?
What did you put on your house?
I'm looking in the pictures. I think I saved it as favourites. No, I didn't.
That was my question.
I'm not going to go looking for it, but it was me when I was younger, and it was the 13th. The two biggest days of the 12th fortnight is the 12th and the 13th, and it's where all Protestants go and be happy about being Protestants and get very, very drunk. And I think there's about 7 flags on my house. I'm wearing a 2-foot tall Union Jack top hat, drinking Buckfast from a Union Jack mug, to the point where when the Ulster, the photographer for the Armagh Ulster Tattler, I think it was called, drove up the Armagh Road, he noticed the house and stopped and came up and took pictures and put it in the paper. There was a lot of flags coming out of the house. But this is this time of year. This is the season, so flags is very important.
I know so many Irish Americans who would hate that shit so hard.
Oh yeah.
They would hate on it.
Oh, I'll show you the picture, Julie. I still have the hat. It's up the stairs in my wardrobe.
It's stupid that we're still that divided, but like when you're raised Catholic in the U.S., you end up with a lot of Irish Catholic friends, and that's how they identify as Irish Catholic. Doesn't matter how long they've been here; they don't fucking care. It's like they're Irish Catholic.
Do you all still have people celebrating the 4th of July in your neighborhood? We had fireworks going off right across the alley from us last night. That scared the hell out of me. We were just sitting there chilling on the patio, and boom!
Well, this is the wonderful thing, Brian. On the 12th, they have the biggest parades, and they have it all over the country. And every town has its own or every county has its own 12th. Every county also has its own 13th. On the 11th night before the 12th, they have spent maybe 6 months building up the biggest, giantest bonfire that you can think of, with pallets and tires and all the rest of it. 3-4 story high. And then the Protestants go and take a Catholic representation, maybe a flag or a politician, and they put it in the top and they set fire to the thing. Go and look. Sarah, follow me on Twitter and look back to the 12th of July. The morning of the 12th of July, look at the tweets that I was putting out. It was news reports of what happened the night before. Full-blown, massive, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be the sort of person that's going to sit here and say it was better in my day. But whenever we were younger, it was more of a small community thing. There was 5 or 6 of us. We got maybe 6 pallets and an old sofa from one of the people in the estate that was throwing it out and buying a new sofa. And we sat around and we had a drink, and the families had a big barbecue. Now what it's become is building a barbecue that's got 100 pallets, that's 3 fucking stories tall, that puts Catholics at the top, that sets fire to them. It's been polarized.
Not provocative at all.
No, I'm totally wrong, and all my statistics will avoid against me, but this is how I see it.
I mean, I've been to a bonfire where they burned an effigy, but it was a football rivalry between 2 high schools, so it was an effigy of their mascot. It wasn't.
I think it was actually 2 or 3 years ago that they built a bonfire that big close to, and I'm going to be wrong in this, so please don't directly quote me, and Dave will shout at me later. But the facts will be wrong. But they had built a bonfire that big that if there was threats to set fire to it, the Catholics were going to come in and set fire to it before the night of it and ruin it. But because of all the stuff being lit around, there was a chance that the houses could be set on fire. So the government stepped in and took the bonfire stuff away and stored it on a government site and then brought it back closer to the time so it could then be rebuilt and burnt. And it did not look well for the government.
But wasn't it still a fire hazard to the surrounding homes?
I don't know, but when it's all layered about and it's being built, it can be closer to the houses, and they took it away for safety. And again, I'm not exactly sure on the specifics.
Okay.
And it was
You mean
a few
the government
years ago.
stepped in for public safety, and there was no rioting and no protest?
When they
No one showed up with.
when they took the Union Jack, when they took the
Northern
Union
Ireland,
Jack,
the government is on its side.
Sarah's just sitting back and listening to all this. Sarah, you've been quiet for a while. What is your opinions on this that we've been talking about?
My opinions on the bonfire stuff.
Everything. What have you think?
I'm just absorbing. There's a lot of stuff I have not heard before.
The funny story is, I would definitely recommend, if anyone hasn't seen it, is Dave, help me out here, the channel BBC Two show. Oh, well, they did the whole flag skit, and they took the Union Jack flag down off City Hall in Belfast. Belfast being the city of Northern Ireland, the capital city, and they took the Union Jack flag down off it, and everybody had a shit attack. It was like, I can't be a Protestant if my flag is not flying at the top of City Hall, and they spent 6 months protesting every Sunday outside of fucking City Hall in Belfast. They even used the poster from Iron Maiden that has the skull guy holding the Union Jack and all. Pardon?
Eddie.
Yeah, they printed out like a 6 foot wide Eddie and hung it up on the gates of City Hall in Belfast. So it's like, even Eddie supports the Union flag. It's insane.
That may be the most rock and roll thing I've ever heard. Using a giant Iron Maiden cover as a political protest. That is rock and roll.
Pretty cool.
I'm starting to get the impression that Ireland's just this big heavy metal music video going on nonstop.
Oh no, it gets really stupid, right? It gets really stupid, and to dumb it down and be very, very simple here, right? We have what's called over here called the Parades Commission, and the Parades Commission decide what parades are allowed. Okay, that's who decides what parades are allowed. The Protestant community in certain areas have been parading in them areas for hundreds of years because that's been Protestant areas. Turns out, not Protestant areas anymore, they're now Catholic. So they're parading through Catholic areas that hate them, don't like them. And it's unsafe. The Catholics don't want them, and this, that, and the other. So the Protestants put into the government and go, can we parade up this street? The Catholics then protest and say, we don't want them. So the government comes up with a wonderful idea that you can start at one end and parade up, but you're not allowed to parade back again. So everybody at the fucking then goes and has a fit. And what they do is when they get to the other side is they camp out and don't leave. And then we have Drumcree.
That makes no sense.
It's like, you won't let me parade back up that 100 yards?
I
I'm going to sit here until you let me do it.
That is hey, my darling spouse, that is some passive aggression worthy of your family.
Oh, yeah. And then the police have to get involved, and then all of that has to happen, and it runs up till about 20 to 30,000 pound a day to get the police to stand there and go, don't touch him. No, you're not allowed to touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
Well, I have another question for Sarah.
It's amazing.
What's up?
Yeah.
If that was a good stopping point.
Oh, no, shut me up. Yeah, shut me up.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Sarah, how are I got my first hate comment the other day. It was fun. I kind of felt like I'd made it. Yeah, well, it was on the video I did about sex, and so I was kind of pleased. I was sort of like, hey, because it was really stupid and had no punctuation, and the second clause didn't make any sense. So it was clearly written by a stupid person, and also it was a total ad hom. They didn't address anything that I said. They just said mean things to me. So I just wanted to ask, now that you're out as non-binary, have you gotten any hate comments, or are people in the I imagine the community is being supportive, and if they're not, tell me who I need to bitch to or about.
Hate comments. She gets plenty of hate comments normally.
Sure, yeah. I've had a couple of comments that are like, because I haven't said anything straight up on my channel, because I haven't told my mom, and apparently my mom watches all my videos. which I
Right.
just learned.
You don't think she's going to get it from the hint you gave in the last video?
Yeah, that's the thing. I've decided that instead of actually telling her, I'm going to keep doing stuff like that until she asks me about it.
Maybe, but you would be shocked at what, I mean, denial ain't just a river in Egypt. You would be shocked at the stuff that my parents have never, at least to my face, consciously acknowledged that they figured out or not.
Yeah, so we'll see if it works or not. If she hasn't said anything by like Christmas, I'll probably say something. But I think the main one I got has just been people saying, "Oh, that's just cis people who are looking for attention." And I'm like, yeah, that's how that works. You know my identity better than I do. Go you!
Yeah. Right?
So that's been the
And
main
yeah,
thing.
I want to be shat on by half of society, so that's my way of getting attention. Fuck off.
Definitely. Yep. Want to be denied by people of my own community, the LGBT community, who don't want to accept.
If
We
people
want you.
attention, the best way to do it is to say you've heard the word of God and he talks to you.
No, play the long game. You have to start out how we are right now with an atheist YouTube channel and build that up and then switch over.
See, the trick is, right, I don't know if anybody know, but I got a memo the other day. God's actually Android, so all you Apple users out there, that's why you can't hear him. God uses Android.
Dark Matter, I'm assuming everybody knows. In his interview with Manda a couple of weeks ago, he said,
Oh, yeah.
I really wanted to do it. He said, the thing I need to do to make some money is I need to come out as a Christian, say I've converted to Christianity and exploit it.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
Wasn't there a Muslim apologist who was saying something like that a couple of weeks back? He said he should come out as an apostate and just make all of that money from the Zionists.
Fuck him. Sorry, the minute I hear the word Zionist, I'm like,
ridiculous.
anti-Semitic bastard, fuck off. Yeah. But no, I want to be very clear here. Junk Shop is not comparing that asshole to Dark Matter 2525, who's awesome. Did I say his name
fantastic.
right?
Yeah.
Not comparing him to Dark Matter.
Great interview. If anybody if anybody hasn't seen it, it's over on MOMMA Atheist's channel. It started out with TV time, and after about an hour and 7 minutes, it got completely political. Oh my goodness, how did I say that? It got completely political, and they went on for another 45 minutes. So TV time on Manda's channel, and then Living Critically for the second half. Definitely worth a watch. Like Dark Matter hasn't done an interview in what?
Might be one of her best Living Critically episodes that she's put out so far, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It was very good.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But
Check it out.
Manda,
something else I want to say. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. Something else I want to say about Sarah is if you watch her videos,
yeah, she is talking too much. Dave, have you anything to say?
Oh, that's so mean.
I was going to ask about what countries Sarah was thinking about.
Sorry, no, let Julie finish what she was saying, Dave. I was only waiting, Julie.
I don't have to.
Oh no, I'm only
compliment
joking.
for your guest.
Oh, I don't offend.
No, I know. You're gonna kick me out the second I start to compliment her, so I can feel it. I don't want to say it now.
There we go. We King Junk Shop. Is it okay now? Go ahead.
That's so unfair. I can hear them laughing upstairs. There we go. I was just going to say they're intelligent, insightful, and very funny. So that's something that Sarah does incredibly well is they blend the funny with the crucial and the important, and it's great. Sorry. Please
and the
go
research.
Ahead,
Do what now?
I said, and the research.
I
That's
definitely try
another
my best
thing.
with the research.
Yeah, you do that very well, I think.
Thank
Yes.
you.
What's coming up for you? I get curious, and I so seldom get to ask content creators that. So what have you got coming down the pipe?
Well, I have my next video is on this Bible I was showing earlier, the Precious Moments Bible with the cute little pictures.
Yes.
That's for kids. It's got a lot of fucked up stuff in it. I haven't finished the script for that, and I'm supposed to record it in a few hours, so that'll be fun to get through.
Is it honest? Is it honest to God the Precious Moments Bible? Because I remember that whole Precious Moments line of of shit.
Yes. Precious
Oh,
moments.
God.
I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. My sister.
Oh, I remember it well. My
Yeah.
sister had one. I had a slightly more androgynous version, which will surprise no one. But yeah, oh my God, that whole precious moments line. I'm flashing back so hard right now.
Yeah, me too.
Asked for one, like an engagement one for her engagement a couple of years ago. But yeah, my sisters and I each got one of those for our first baby baptism.
Yeah.
Say our first baptism, because at least 2 of us got baptized again in middle school in a different church. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
would
don't
not have.
mine anymore.
I would not have gotten a present for that from my parents.
Being
I was
baptized again?
sprinkled. I was sprinkled at birth, and by God, that's what counts.
That's enough. It's enough for Yahweh. It's enough for us.
My mother has secretly Catholic baptized all of her grandchildren. By the way,
Secretly.
well, I say it
how
on
do
the
their
internet.
parents feel about that?
Yeah,
They
it was a
don't
secret
know.
before you told it on the web.
Yeah, they don't know, and they would be very upset.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But the thing is, they won't ever watch this, sadly. I wish my siblings would watch this, but they won't. It's okay.
My brother
I
doesn't
won't
watch,
say it on
but
my
my
channel.
mother does watch. A few of my friends actually watch in real life. And Rab, if everyone's seen Dave's chat, Rab1, RABB1, Rab's mother used to babysit me from like I was 6 and 7 and coming out of fucking primary school. Like, so I've known Rab his entire life. So Rab1 and Pork Granny and Gary Weir and a few other people. I have no real. Do you have a problem telling people that you do what you do, sir, online?
I try to be. I dropped my thing. I try to be careful to an extent with new people, because you never know how someone's going to react. But I kind of like ease people into it if I'm like talking to somebody who I don't know beforehand. I'll mention something at some point about having a YouTube channel, but I'll tell them that it just the content is too controversial, so I don't tell people about it a lot. And then maybe eventually I start mentioning a thing or two about what I've been talking about recently and see how they react to that. And then a couple of people I've eventually just given the username to. But my family knows. My family is surprisingly supportive.
That is amazing.
Well, that's
and
good to
wonderful.
hear. Like, I'm all up in your face. I went and bought a license plate for my car that says 666 on it, so it gets people's attention in the car park. Like,
I love it.
I find that whenever you're having these conversations in real life, it's completely different to online. Do you find, sir, when you have these conversations with people online and on Twitter and things like that, that you have to be more, I wouldn't go so far as saying intellectually honest, but you're held to a higher standard?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm held to a higher standard by this community than I am by my college professors, to be honest.
Yeah.
And like, I kind of like that, because like, it's not even that the standard's too high here, it's that it's too low at school. So I'm glad somebody's holding me accountable.
I love you so much. That's part. No, what Sarah just said is part of how I burned out teaching. Was the bar just kept getting lowered and lowered and lowered, and it got to a point where I was like, I might as well be teaching freshmen in high school, not freshmen in college. It's ridiculous.
I'm really hoping it's better when I go in for my bachelor's, which I'm still planning on doing here in Idaho. And if not, at the very least, I'm hoping it's better in my master's, which I'm planning on hopefully doing in Canada.
Woo! Yeah, I'm honestly, I can tell you that upper division courses are always more challenging, and master's level courses are way more challenging. So you're gonna love it.
Good. I'm getting a little bored with my community college level stuff.
That's because you're
still
very
learning.
smart.
That's because you're smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still learning stuff. Don't get me wrong. Just
I get it.
Not as much as I'd like.
I get it.
Just a shout out to Dot in the chat, who studies paranormal extraterrestrial symbols and cryptozoological creatures.
In cryptozoology?
No, just cryptozoological creature, whatever that is.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, he doesn't
He
have
studies
Twitter,
Bigfoot.
doesn't have Twitter or any of that there. Send me an email, man. Send me an email. We'll go from there.
Yeah, and if you have proof of Nessie or Bigfoot, go get your Nobel, man.
I want in on that conversation.
Did Sarah leave? Did we lose Sarah?
Oh,
Did you
we
not
may
kick?
have. No, he
I
didn't
assumed it
kick
was
her.
you.
Or, he didn't kick Sarah.
No.
I saw her poking at the screen. She may have been trying to get at the chat and closed herself out by mistake. I did that a little while back.
We have her back.
I've done that before.
All night last night, wasn't I, Julie?
I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry.
That was not me. I would not
Yay!
kick the main host on their first night here. I would definitely. I'm not that much of an asshole.
That was my bad.
Oh no.
So Sarah,
You're
bringing
all
it
sorry
back to
about
yourself,
that.
seeing as we're all talking about you now since you left and come back again, one thing I did mention to you when we were off screen was the goth look, the vampire look, and we talked about me being a wee bit of a goth back in the day. Did you go through that stage when you left religion? Did you go from that into anti-theism or goth, or is it just sort of a style? Am I completely wrong, and should I shut my mouth?
It's just kind of a style, honestly. I just like the way it looks better. And I had a couple of times where I'd go back and forth from this to dressing like a normal person, but it's like this.
So
Aren't
I'll
three
stop
of
when
us
somebody
here
makes me.
ex-goth too?
What?
I think three of us here are ex-goths. I know I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I
no
absolutely
such.
was.
There is no such thing as an ex-goth.
no.
Old
Yeah, our
goths.
black.
Old goths never die. They only fade to gray.
Yeah.
Our black little hearts are still in here. We just don't always wear the makeup every time. So,
Yeah, and just
absolutely.
to clarify, Junk Shop, you're the same age as me, yes? 36, 37?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We're talking about real goths, not emos. All right? Just
Yeah, I always thought myself as more emo, to be honest.
No, sir, no.
I'm gonna give that to Sarah. I'm grandfathering Sarah in on the real goths because she represents.
All right.
She's real goth.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're not emo. I would never classify you as emo.
Okay.
No
Whatever
emo
the
kid
fuck
would
that-
wear that many crosses.
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah.
And pull it off so
Right
well.
here.
I have
Yeah.
3 Bibles right beside me.
Oh my gosh.
Ha! I win.
There was a new hotel opened in Belfast, and it's actually the tallest hotel now in Belfast. It had just opened a month or whatever it was, and Jesus Christ, the company that I worked for put us up there for the managers managers meeting for the weekend, and before I left, I made sure to steal the Gideon Bible from the hotel. I don't have a Gideon's Bible, and it's the new, what is it, the new something version, the
New Gideon.
the actual
Last
one.
time I stayed in a
International,
hotel, it was
New
in
King
Scotland, and there was
James.
no Bible.
It's not King James. It's the new international version. Is that the one?
New International, the NIV.
That's
NIV.
okay.
Yes, I didn't have an NIV for my collection of Bibles, and when I opened the drawer, there was a Gideon one there, and I was like, right, well, it's a Gideon one, and I don't have a new international version. And oh look, it's been stamped with the date of the hotel being opened. So this will be worth money in maybe 100 years. I'm stealing this.
Yeah, they'll replace it. It's fine.
Oh, in all honesty,
They'll be thrilled someone took it. They'll assume you're reading it for like Christian purposes.
in all honesty, to be a complete and utter pat rat, everything that they
Rat.
would, isn't it a pack rat?
Pack rat, yeah.
Everything they were giving away that celebrated the fact that they had just opened, I took home, put in a bag, and threw up in the attic. The promotional stuff for the weekend, the pamphlet that described the history. They had even spent money on a wee book that was like 20 pages long that was quite good condition. Yeah, I took all that home and threw it up the stairs.
That's why they put it in the room for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody will throw it out and I'll be a millionaire. So what we'll do is we'll focus back on Sarah because we have Sarah for very, very little time. So, Sarah,
Yeah, I've got like 5 more minutes.
the
Sorry.
show is all about you. What is important to you? What do you want to do? The pressure's all on you. Everybody look at Sarah.
I do so well under pressure. Thanks for that. One thing I want to do is the Students for Life group at my school. I talked to them for a while back, and I got a. Did everyone else disappear?
Yeah, I tried to make you full screen and it didn't work. It worked for you. You seen full screen, but nobody else seen full screen.
All right. Well, I
I'm
got
seeing
this
Sarah's full screen.
pro-life book, and then I took one of each of their little pamphlets, and at some point I want to go through them, debunk bad science, and psychology and stuff, and see where they went right too, and just talk about abortion more.